evening and welcome to All About Women. Let's talk. Uh, Guys, let me get this quite close to me so you guys can hear me very well. I really hope that you all are hearing me very well. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, so I hope that you all are really enjoying yourself. You're having a great and a wonderful evening. It's a good evening to as many women all around the world, whatever country you come from and whatever the time differences are. It's a good evening and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Even though that is Christmas Eve and the main Christmas itself is actually tomorrow, and a lot of women are completely doing the remainder of their shopping before everything closes for the day. So anyway, yeah, I hope that you all have enjoyed yourself so far, and you've had a great and a wonderful evening. Even though that is extremely cold, but yeah, what can we do? There's not really much that we can do, but just to wrap up warm, keep warm whenever you go out. Unfortunately, that's how Europe is in in winter. So anyway, so as promised, I did actually, as promised, I said that I'll be on, and I'm on. So so I'm here with another lovely Christmas topic, which many of you will really enjoy, and I know you will enjoy it. I know that you will enjoy this very topic. So today we are actually talking about smiling through the pressure, the hidden emotional struggle of women at Christmas. Now, this very topic itself, it's a very strong topic, and it's kind of like a question as well that we often think about when we remember about the pressure and the struggle. Is not easy. But before we get more deeper into it, many of you may or may not know me, but it's your girl Adele. Guys, bear with me because it's something I need to kind of do. Yes. So many of you may or may not know me, but it's your girl Adele. So again, I really hope that you guys really enjoy this very topic. Now, as we start, we are starting now. Women. Women who are smiling through the pressure, the emotional struggles. Women who sacrifices a lot. I really held them because they sacrifice themselves. They go through a lot. They actually take an extra mile just to make sure that Christmas is the way it is. They go an extra mile just to make sure that Christmas is magical. And they're really strong. They are really strong. And I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful at the fact that they can actually struggle, they can sacrifice themselves and make Christmas joyful and meaningful to the whole society, and mostly women who work in the healthcare sector, in the hospital, in the care homes, even in the GP. They they make Christmas very, very, very magical. Even though that they're on shift, that they take part in decorating their workplace and everything. They go through a lot. They even, as far as hosting the Christmas event, majority of the time they host like games like bingo, dance, charade, board games, so on and so forth. Those kind of things for elderly people, elderly residents, patients. So they go through a lot just to make sure that Christmas is joyful, magical, and so that society can actually recognize that they are doing such a hard work. And I really help them. It's very very good. It's very good for them to continue to give back to the society. It's a very very good thing. Now, hello to everyone, and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, you're very very welcome. Please take a moment to look at this video, share it, and please help me to subscribe to this channel. Now today I want to talk to women, not the women who have everything together. So not the women who have everything together. Guys, bear with me. So not women who have everything together, but women who are always supportive of each other, who are there for each other through thick and thin, who really sacrifices a lot for the family members, for friends, for distant people that they know. They do a lot of things to give back to the society. Do bear with me, guys. Yeah, to give back to the society. And yeah, they do a lot. They do a lot just to make sure that everything is okay. Just to make sure that everything is magical and they are always happy. And that's one of the most joyful and a very important thing that gives a smile back to an elderly person. Because yeah, the pressure is there. The pressure is there all the time. The emotional pressure is there. The whole planning process, the wrapping the gifts, after buying all the gifts, even figuring out what they should buy for each and every person. So it is an emotional pressure. Because they have to, first of all, find out what each and every one of them wants. Then they'll get all the decorations, the wrapping paper. After that, they'll now start wrapping it up, and plus the Christmas tree as well that they have to buy, set it up, decorate the entire Christmas tree, and also after that they decorate the whole hospital, the whole care home. Then the cooking comes in. The chef himself or herself has to make a menu of what they're going to cook for Christmas Day. They even have to think of what they're going to cook, how they're going to cook it, the dessert and everything. It's a whole process itself. It is a whole process itself. And after all of that, the long cooking and setting everything up, the tables, everything is all set, everything is all there and waiting for the residents. Then, once the chefs has done all the cooking, then the staff has to kind of assist the residents, get them ready, get them ready by assisting them to kind of have a shower or wash themselves, because there are there residents who are unable to kind of wash themselves or give themselves a shower, so they need that support. They need that support to be able to have a shower. While majority of them they can actually shower themselves, but it's just that the staff needs to be actually in the room just to make sure that they don't have any little accident, or as in a trip and fall. Whether if it's a male staff, because sometimes with the residents they have a preference. So some residents they'll prefer male workers, while with the females they prefer female workers. But sometimes, every now and again, the male will come in and assist the female worker to kind of do the lifting, because obviously we as females, there's only kind of so little that we can kind of lift, and when it comes to like the heavy objects, we're not kind of really as strong as the male staff. So when it comes to many male the male residents, that's kind of when we need the male staff as well to kind of help us to kind of lift them up a little bit. Then after all of that, then they will they'll kind of wash them in the bed. Mostly the residents as well, who are kind of bedbound, they can't get themselves out of bed. So obviously we as the staff has to kind of wash them while they're in bed. But at the same time, after doing all of that, cream them, get them dressed for Christmas, then bring their food into their room, support them, feed them, and then after a while, we will have to kind of hoist them out of the bed into their wheelchair and then take them to the lounge to join the other residents. So my point is that women who works in the healthcare sector, they go through a lot. It's not easy. It is not easy working in the healthcare sectors, mostly in the hospital, because hospital is more of a pressure than in the care home, because in the hospital they have to kind of go through a lot of operations, operating on the patients, and kind of based on their injury or whatever it is, depending on how serious it is, they go through that pressure, and mostly the fact that they have to also work long hours, and majority of them, they don't kind of really have the rest. They work back to back, while some of them work morning till evening or afternoon to the evening, and then go home. So, and it's not easy, because they see a lot of things. They see a lot of things in the hospital. They see a lot of things from the patients, and they see a lot of things from the patients. Both the good patients, the not so good patients, and which is not their fault. It's not their fault at all. It's just because of the fact that their various illnesses has kind of really gotten to them, and the only way they can kind of express themselves is kind of actually kind of scream and things like that. But it's not that they actually mean it. They don't mean what they're doing. They don't mean it. And we as the health professionals, we actually understand. We actually understand that, look, that these patients, they are in severe pain and it's not their fault. So even if they get angry with us, they say things that we don't like, it's not their fault. We as the professional knows that, look, this is just one of those things that happen. So we just have to we have to take it and just continue with our job. Is all about the sacrifice, giving back to the community, giving back to the society, and acknowledging that these people that we are looking after, it's not that they're not related to us, they're not our family members, but it's kind of like where we are taking care of our family members. And that's what we have always been trained, how to look after these people as if we're taking care of our own family. And they always say to us in the interview that think of this job as if you are taking care of your very relative who is in this situation. And if they are in this situation, how would you feel? So that word, only those words alone will actually kind of be in your mind, and you know that, look, this is just a job, and this is kind of only just for 12 hours or for 8 hours or whatever hours that you have chosen to do, and then just to go. So one thing I will actually say to as many women, that in life is a emotional roller coaster. Life is full of pressures. Life is full of a lot of things, and we just kind of have to learn how to live with it. We just have to learn how to live with it and learn how to kind of just overcome all these certain things that goes on in our daily life. I mean, not that we pray for anything to happen, but when it does, we have to kind of know at that very moment what we should do. We should just we should know what we do, think about it very well before kind of taking that step. So if your mind is telling you that you need to take the bold step, have faith. Yeah, follow what your mind is telling you, but do make sure that your mind is telling you the right thing, because sometimes your mind will tell you something, and you actually think that, oh, this is what your mind is telling you, and yet you end up finding out that it's the wrong thing that you're doing. Now, guys, bear with me. And when women feel tired, they don't complain, they just smile. That is a very important thing. Now when it comes to Christmas, we need to remember in the back of our minds that Christmas is just one day. It's just a one-day event. And after that one-day event, that is it until next year. So it's not kind of really something that we need to be under emotional stress, emotional pressure, because it's just one day. It is just a one-day event that we have to organize, do everything we can to make Christmas magical. But it's just that one day. Then after that, we don't need to worry about Christmas again until next year. Yeah, we don't need to worry again about it until next year. So sometimes when Christmas comes, we worry too much. We worry too much just because it's here, like Christmas is around the corner, and we want to do all the shopping. We want to make sure that everything is in place. We want to make sure that everything is perfect. No, we should kind of slow down, slow paced. Take your time. Do the shopping that you need to do. Get everything organized that you need to do. And after getting everything organized, then you can now set everything in place, wrap everything. Then you're good. Yeah, just like earlier today, that I when I was out much earlier today, when I was at the post office, I needed to there was something that I had to kind of do there. Then I ran into one of my former neighbors, with her and her kids, and and then we were just kind of we were just catching up on old times, and we were talking, and then she just kind of asked me how am I doing, how's the family? I said that definitely good. Then she asked me how I'm planning for my Christmas, and which I told her. Then me too, I also asked her the same thing, and she was telling me that she's kind of not really finished up everything that she needs to do, that she's still kind of doing shopping and everything. Had to take her son to cut his hair, and then buy the rest of the things, including the rest of the things for the cooking. Then after that, we both departed and went our separate ways. And then when me and her left the post office and went our separate ways, I thought to myself that wow, this is actually a strong young mama who has she has three children, if not four, and she was telling me that her oldest son is the same age as my oldest daughter, and that's kind of around the kind of age that these kids are, their demands are quite high as well. But I thought to myself that wow, that she's a very, very strong mama, and she actually really motivated me, and made me to understand that being a mother itself in a whole is a very, very big sacrifice. And one day when my kids are very, very big, and I eventually get old one day, my kids will turn around and also kind of support me and kind of and help me the way I helped them when I was still kind of strong. But being a mother itself as well, it's not just about sacrifice, it's about love. It's about the love, it's about cherishing your children, your family. It's about being there for one another through thick and thin, through the rainy season, through the cold, whatever the situation is. It's just about being there for your children and your family members, and that is a way of knowing. Is also a way of knowing who really loves you. Yeah, it's also another way as well of knowing who really loves you. Now, do bear with me. So at Christmas, women carry different kind of pressure. Yeah, they do. Women carry different kind of pressure. So emotional pressure. Women are expected to keep peace in the family, even when there's tension, disrespect, or old wounds. Yeah. Women are, they are expected. They are expected to keep peace. Yeah, it happens a lot. It does. In a lot of families, that I've noticed. In a lot of families that as in kind of like my other extended families as well. Which when I was much younger, that I used to visit my aunties quite a lot. This was when I was much younger, as a teenager. So when I used to visit her with my siblings, one day I noticed that my auntie used to kind of really get into a big, huge fight with her kids. And mostly that her kids were actually really stubborn to her. They were so rude to her that the mum got very angry. She got so angry that she didn't even know when she even asked it. She was so angry. And then I will obviously I was still kind of growing up, and I was still growing up and still knowing a lot of things. So I had to go to my auntie and ask her, auntie, is everything okay? And she said that yeah, she's fine. And I said to her that, auntie, no, that I don't think that you're okay. That is it because of your kids? Is it your kids that are kind of really bothering you? And she said, yeah. She said yes, that her kids are really kind of making her angry, that she asked her son to actually do something for her, and he refused. He said, no, that mom, you do it yourself. And so I looked at her, and I looked at my cousin, and I thought to myself that, wow, that's kind of is a bit like rude. Why would you kind of talk to your mom like that? Even though I didn't come out and say it, but in my mind I was thinking that, wow, why would you talk to your mom like that? It's not really kind of nice. But in my mind I just said that, look, that this is mother and son, that it's better that the mother actually handled this problem, and she will actually sort it out. But I just said that I said in my mind that I'll kind of give my auntie a bit of space to calm herself down, so that she can now talk to her son again and ask her son what she wanted to ask him to help her. But it's really not great when your mum asks you to do something. It's not that she's not trying to embarrass you in any way. She's not trying to kind of overstep her boundaries, but she's your parent, and that's one thing that women needs to, not women as in the kids, the kids themselves, they need to know that, look, that your mom is your mom. And to women needs to kind of also know that although the kids have their life to live, but sometimes there's certain reasons why the son, like for when it comes to the first boy, for example, there's certain reasons why the son refuses to actually do what you've asked him to do. And it's not kind of really great to kind of put pressure on him if he's kind of said no the first time. He has his reason for saying no. the best way to approach the situation is to kind of to call your son, to talk to him, and kind of find out from him that what's the problem. Talk to your son, ask him what's the problem, that I know I asked you to do something, and this thing that I actually asked you to do for me, remember, you know my health, right, that I'm not really as young and strong again, and this is actually the reason why I asked you to kind of help me out. Then the son will now explain that, Mom, I understand that you asked me to do something, but it's just that I'm kind of in the middle of doing something at that very time. But please, Mom, will it be okay with you if I can finish up what I'm doing? Then I will tend to whatever it is that you've asked me to do. Then from that way, the son is not rejecting. He's not saying that he's not going to do what you asked him to do, but he, at that very moment, he's kind of in the middle of doing something that is very, very important to him, but not that he's actually saying that he's not going to do what you asked him to do. So the best thing is to kind of allow your son to quickly finish up what he's doing. Then he now immediately attends to the instruction that you've given to him, and he will now do it, even with a very, very joyful and happy mood. If possible, you probably even add music to it as well, just so that he's very, very happy. But sometimes mothers kind of like go over the limit a little bit, but it's kind of really being a parent. Is being a parent, and that's how we were taught from our parents. Because from our parents, the training and the upbringing that our parents taught us, we've kind of passed it to our own children, and now our parents, they're now grandparents to our children, and they have now also taught their children, and their children has now had their own children, started their family, and they've passed it down to their families. They've passed it down to their husband. They've made their own family. And sometimes, every now and again, the mother and the father will come and help them out. Mostly when it comes to Nigerian families, when a woman has given birth, the woman will always call her mother, and mostly when the mother does not live in Europe, she'll call the mother and tell her mother that, look, Mom, I've given birth, that please, I would like you to come over to London and to kind of support me and help me for at least like 3 to 4 months, at least until I'm a lot strong to be able to kind of take over. So normally, because as it's part of our tradition, it's part of our tradition. Mostly the Igbo and the Yoruba tradition. There's a I forgot what it's called, what they call it. To as many Nigerians, they will understand why. But they will, after the daughter has called the mother and asked for help to come over and help her out, then the mother will come, support her, help her out for about 3 to 4 months, then actually help with bathing the baby, then after bathing the baby, then the mother will take care of her daughter as well. Help her to kind of press her belly, because obviously after having a child, yeah, the obviously the belly is not going to be the same way as it was. Whereas sometimes sometimes it's quite lucky for a woman to give birth, and then they kind of go back to their belly goes back to how it was. But whereas most of the time, yeah, it doesn't kind of go back to that. But yeah, really, it is a very, very big emotional pressure as well. Even giving birth itself, yeah, is an emotional pressure. It's an emotional stress, because mothers have to have a sleepless night. Every 2 to 3 hours, the baby wakes up crying for one reason or another. Sometimes it could be that the baby's stomach is paining him or paining her, or maybe the gums, because at that very process of time they're teething and they are always in a lot of pain. And it's just that as a mother, yeah, you need to kind of use your initiatives and kind of actually figure out why your child is crying. Then once they get to know, then they'll kind of sort out that problem, feed the baby, change the baby, and put the baby back to sleep, so that they too can kind of have a little sleep, or do some housework, get themselves prepared for the next round that the baby will eventually wake up. But sometimes the baby actually sleeps throughout the night, and then in the morning around like 6 a.m. or maybe 7 a.m. they'll wake up. But it depends. It depends. That's how sometimes some babies are. But yeah, it is an emotional pressure and stress, mostly when it comes to Christmas as well, because sometimes babies are born towards Christmas Eve, sometimes even on Christmas Day, yeah, that they're born. But yeah, it's not it's not easy. It's not easy when a mother remembers that her child was born on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Yeah, she remembers the sacrifice and everything that she went through until her child has grown to who he is or who she is today. And then when that child looks back on his or her baby photos, or on like sometimes like with the baby they have the baby album or the DVD, as in the CD itself. So then sometimes like every year Christmas they'll watch it on TV, and watch all the memories from the time that he or she was born, and they'll be looking back, and then they'll be saying that, wow, oh, that this is me how I was when I was a baby. And then they'll say that, oh, okay, yeah, this is how I was, and now I am fully grown, that I will do everything I can to support my parents, because they really sacrificed a lot for me when I was born and watched me grow. They really suffered with the sleepless nights, making sure that I was okay, up until they trained me till I went to nursery, primary school, secondary school, college, university. And then yeah, they always remember. They always remember that. They always remember that. But women, I will just say that please do take it very, very easy. And we should always know that Christmas is just one day in a year. One day. We should not allow it to get to us too much. We should not allow ourselves to be emotionally pressured and stressed just because of Christmas. Okay. Now, so Christmas looks beautiful on the outside. Lights, food, gifts, music, family photos. Women are often the ones planning everything, buying gifts, cooking the meals, cleaning the house, managing family emotions, and keeping everyone happy. These are all the things that women always go through. Yeah, this is what they always go through. So Christmas may look beautiful on the outside, but as a fellow woman, as you and I, we have to think to ourselves that is it worth going through all this emotional pressure? Is it worth going through all this emotional stress when we have to plan everything, buy everything, cook, and then at the end of the day, some of us are not really happy. But I would just say to women, at least this very Christmas, we should try at least just to put a little smile just for Christmas. For the sake of the children. Because mostly when there's children, at least we have to kind of put a brave face on for them, because yeah, they're the ones who really enjoys it the more. Yeah, they're the ones who really enjoy it more. So at least we should kind of put a brave face on for them. Then women are also expected to forgive quickly, stay quiet, and avoid conflict. Now, this is another thing that they often face. Mostly when there's conflict in the family, they have to kind of find ways of kind of sorting out that conflict. But they'll think to themselves that there needs to be another solution, because they themselves, they know that because of their health problem, they don't kind of really want that little stress, so they will sit down and find ways to resolve whatever conflict or whatever rivalry that is happening between the parents or the siblings or even the cousins. Sometimes the siblings actually gets that woman very angry, but at that very time that the woman is angry, at some stage she will eventually forgive her sibling, her brother or her sister, because of the way she was brought up. She is that kind of woman that easily forgives and forgets, and that's how all families are. All families are like that. There's no day, both rain and sunshine, that siblings don't fight. It is like that with every family. I mean, you might be lucky that you will be born into a family where you and your family don't even fight at all. Whereas in a lot of families is like that. But the fight does not go into the next day. They will actually just forgive themselves, hug themselves, and even pretend as if nothing even happened. And sometimes you even be wondering that, whoa, but is it not this brother and sister that was fighting how many hours ago? Or is it not these cousins that were at loggerhead that they almost ripped out their hair? It is like that. It is like that. But it's just that we as women, we often have to kind of learn how to forgive, even though that we're hurt. We're hurt at that very time, but we just have to kind of learn how to forgive and forget and move on for peace to reign, and for that very argument or conflict not to drag into the next day. Because it's not healthy. It's not healthy for it to kind of drag into the next day. Even when it hurts, even when it hurts, you have to kind of learn to forgive and to forget as well. Now, financial pressure. Many women worry about money at Christmas. Buying gifts, cooking the food, helping others. Mostly when it comes to Christmas Eve, and women, they've saved a certain amount of money towards Christmas, and they've done a lot of shopping. They've bought a majority of their gifts and the food and everything, and the remaining of the money that they have to kind of squeeze in an extra probably 10 or 20 to buy like the kids a presents, and the cousins, the nieces, and nephews, their gifts, and then plus the wrapping paper, the sellotape and everything, the scissors to wrap it up. So there is financial pressure towards that area, because they have actually kind of spent quite a lot, and they kind of still have to spend a little bit extra, and mostly that they have kind of mapped out a budget that this is how much they want to spend, and they've kind of gone a little bit overboard. And after they've gone overboard, they've told themselves that look, they are not they're not going to spend any more after they have bought the kids and the nieces and nephews and the cousins gifts as well. Buying gifts, cooking food, and also helping others. So some women are spending money they don't have and worrying about January before December even ends. That's where, yeah, that is where that's where the problem is. Because once they have saved for Christmas, and then they have actually gone overboard and spent, then they don't have any more money to spend for January. So now they after the Christmas holiday, then they go back into work, everything goes back to normal. Then they now have to save into January. Then they will now, after they've saved what they need to save, then they will now be able to actually buy what they need to buy for the January sales. So even as they're saving, they are kind of looking out for the January sales. Then they will actually, then they will actually kind of wait when their salary gets paid. Then they can now do the shopping that they need to do. But one thing that I will actually say to women that is not kind of really necessary to spend what you don't have. And then by spending what you don't have, you end up kind of taking out a loan, and you won't end up being able to pay back that loan. You'll kind of be struggling just because your salary has not yet been paid. And then at some point the loan shark will turn up on your doorstep demanding for their money, and yet at that time you don't have the money, and then you kind of have to explain to them that, listen, that my salary is coming in this month. And I mean, although they will kind of be a little bit lenient and say that, look, just make sure that when the salary comes, please pay us. Some, yes, with those kind of companies, yeah, they are kind of lenient, but if you don't kind of keep in contact with them, then yeah, they will come back again. But the best thing is just keep in contact, make sure that you follow everything up as well. One thing that is very important, that if you don't have that money, it's kind of better not to take a loan. Rather, is even more ideal to kind of borrow money from your family member, because your family member, they understand you, they are able to support you. Then obviously when your salary comes, then you can now pay them back what you borrowed from them. Now, social pressure. Social media shows perfect Christmas lives, perfect homes, perfect families, perfect smiles. But real life is not like that. That you see, that is how it is. So yeah, social media always kind of they always post a lot of live streamings on Christmas Day. Perfect home, like very nice homes, perfect families, and mostly those families that have a perfect smile. But deep down inside, that family knows that they're just kind of trying to put a show just to make peace with everybody, and for everyone not to see that anything is going on. But life is not kind of really like that. Composition makes women feel like they are failing, even when they are doing their best. Now, women, I will say to as many of you to please never feel as if you are failing. That is a negative word. That's a negative word that you think about. It's a negative word. Never feel as if you are failing. You are doing your best. You are doing your best as a woman. You should never ever feel that you are failing. And whosoever that is telling you that you're failing, they are wrong. They are wrong to actually say such a thing to you. You can never fail. You can't. You are doing your best. You can only do the best that you can do and leave the rest. You can't. You're not superwoman. You don't have power, so you can't. You're not expected to actually do everything at once. You can't magically do everything at once. Just do your best and leave the rest. Then tomorrow's another day. Pick up from where you left off until you gradually finish off whatever it is that you are doing. But never ever think that you are failing, because you are not. You're not failing, and you can never fail. Please, women. You can't. Some women are smiling while they are dealing with grief, loneliness, divorce, relationship pain, health issues, emotional exhaustion. There are women right now who are in relationships that they're grieving. It could be that they are grieving maybe over the loss of their partner due to a certain health problem. Maybe it could be that they as a result to the loss of their partner, that they're now lonely, and they're really grieving, and they don't know kind of who they can talk to. So they feel that they are alone, but they kind of forgotten that that some of them have family members that they can talk to that can kind of comfort them. Now, there are also some women who have been married for many years, and due to one problem or another, they have decided to divorce each other. And because of that, they are facing a whole lot of problems from their family members. Guys, bear with me, because I need to take my water out there, guys. Yeah, my apologies, guys. I'm kind of getting a bit old-fashioned. Anyway, so back to what I'm saying. Yeah, so sometimes, so women kind of go through, women go through a lot when it comes to divorce. They get a lot of pressure from their family members, their parents, their aunties, uncles, even their siblings or their cousins, and the parents will be putting a lot of emotional pressure on them, asking their child that what happened, why did you leave your husband? What did he do? Then the daughter will now the daughter will now come over, sit with her parents, and tell the parents that, look, this is what happened, and this is the reason why me and my husband have departed and have divorced. Then the parents will call the husband. Then you yourself, you even be surprised that the husband is actually telling another side of the story. Then the husband will be saying that, oh, that mom, dad, that look, that the actual reason why I actually divorced your daughter is because that your daughter is kind of is a control freak and is kind of trying to take over the marriage, and I kind of caught my wife with another person doing the unexpected. So that's kind of mainly the reason why I actually left her. Then the parents will say to the husband that, well, at least you would have kind of tried to give it another chance. And the husband will be saying that, oh, but I've tried, and it's just gotten to the point where I'm kind of really stressed due to my health. I can't really kind of be going through this, so on and so forth. Then the parents will now understand that, okay, that you have tried, and I'm really sorry that you've passed through this, and we will talk to our daughter and kind of speak to her and find out from her that what is going on. Then they will now continue talking with the daughter, and they'll say to the daughter that, look, that you see what your husband is saying, that, so is this what really happened? Then the daughter will now say what my husband is saying is true, and the only reason why I acted that way is because my husband really offended me, and I saw him with another woman, and when I kind of tried to find out from him, he got very angry with me, that he almost tried to lift his hand on me. So I got angry myself and did the unexpected, which I know that what I did was wrong, and I'm sorry for that. So sometimes we as women, we are the weaker vessels. We are the weaker vessels, and we as women, we often make a lot of mistakes. And those mistakes that we make, I mean, it does kind of cost majority of us our marriage, and sometimes it can actually escalate to another thing. But we as women need to kind of try and manage and kind of learn how to kind of resolve our marital issues, and that even though that we know that we're wrong, we should always apologize to our husband that we know that we know we do wrong. Majority of us women, we know we do wrong. We just need to apologize to our husband and say to our husband that, look, honey, I'm really sorry. I know that I did this and I offended you, and I am really sorry. I know I've put you under a lot of emotional pressure. I am so sorry, and this such a thing what happened again. And he will understand that, and he knows that because he has been with you for a very long time, and he knows you very well. He knows that you're not kind of really intentionally doing it, and he will forgive you. But when he gets pushed to the limit, then he will eventually give up, and we wouldn't kind of really want such a thing to happen. So we kind of just need to learn how to apologize when we go wrong. Now, so health issues. Some women are dealing with a lot of health issues, and that's one of the most common problems that women face. That's part of the emotional pressure and common problems that women face, because we as women, just like they say, the older we get, the more weaker our body gets. And because we get older and our hormones are changing every day, so our bodies are prone to all kind of sicknesses, from flu to colds to malaria to typhoid, whatever kind of sickness it is, or chronic pain, whatever it is, our body is prone to it. That is just its way of saying that, look, you are getting old. Really, it's kind of like the systematic way of kind of telling you that you're getting old. But at the same time, you just kind of need to find ways of how to kind of manage the health issues. I mean, some health issues can be life-threatening, while some are just a minor health issues, which is something that can be managed. But in another sense, it's very important to always get your health checked every 3 to 6 months. Mostly when you get letters, when your doctor or even your GP, if they write to you and tell you that, look, that you are due for this health screening, please respond to it, because it's your life. It is your life. And mostly, even myself as a woman, because every time I always look out for those messages, and as soon as I get a message like that, I immediately swift into action, attend to it, and to make sure that I'm okay. Because we as women, we don't really want our health problems to kind of escalate to a life-threatening health issue that at the end of the day you'll be thinking to yourself that why did I allow my health issue to escalate to this to this extreme. You'll be regretting to yourself that why you allowed it to get to that. But if you deal with it now, sort it out, make sure you go for your health checks every 3 to 6 months, then you're good, you're fine. And also as well, now that we are in the winter, is also kind of very good as well for you to get your winter flu jab, because it kind of protects you you from getting flu and cold, or kind of infection or bacteria getting into your body. So it's kind of good to make sure that you get it done at least between November to October. Just kind of make sure that you get it done, and which is once a year. But they feel they must hide it because it's Christmas. You should be happy. Others have it worst. That's what they will actually be saying to themselves. And sometimes they don't kind of like to bring out their health problem or their health issues during the Christmas holiday, because they don't want to kind of spoil Christmas because they feel that they are spoiling the festive mood. But it's not kind of really ideal, and it's not kind of good to actually kind of hide it for too long. Don't hide it for too long. It's good for you to, it's good for you to actually quickly let your family members know that, look, that you are suffering with this health problem. For example, if it's fibroids, it's not really a kind of ideal to hide that from the family. We need to kind of let them know that, look, that mom, dad, brother, sister, I'm suffering from fibroids, and I've been suffering from this since this month. And at least if you tell them, they will know how to support you to kind of get through it. Because it's not easy. Because imagine when that you're okay, that you've been fine throughout your whole life, and then you get a phone call from your GP that your hemoglobin level have dropped, and you'll be thinking to yourself, oh, but I'm fine, I'm okay. Then your GP will actually tell you that, no, you're not okay. You need to go into the hospital and have a transfusion. You need it urgently. From that moment, imagine getting that kind of thing, getting that kind of shock from your GP. When it comes to that kind of health issues, it's kind of good for you to take it very seriously. You should not let it slide. You should swing into action. Whatever the diagnosis is, swing into action and make sure that you don't leave it. Whether if it's fibroid, whether if it's a chronic pain, whether if it's a back pain, please, you should not leave it. Because the back pain may be a little minor problem, but at some stage it will escalate, and you even be thinking to yourself, oh, but I should have actually dealt with this when it was a minor problem. You need to actually really need to actually deal with it then and there, from the time that you are diagnosed with this kind of back problem or chronic pain or fibroid or whatever kind of health problem it is. It is better that you deal with it then and there, and to actually sort it out. Go to your GP and explain to your GP, tell them how it's affecting you. Then they will actually give you a very strong medication that you can use to actually reduce the pain while they plan on doing an X-ray to get to the extent of how deep the problem is. Then, depending on the outcome of the X-ray, if it's something that is so severe that you end up needing to do an operation, then they will definitely tell you. They'll tell you then and there that, look, that your chronic pain or the back pain it actually needs an operation, and we need to actually get it operated as soon as possible. But the only thing is that with the operations, it can be a long wait. It can be a very long wait. That's the thing. It can be a long wait. But it's just that you just need to be pressurizing them, calling them every time, asking them that, look, that how long is it going to take for me to get the operation? What date am I expected to have it? When am I going to have it done? Then Yeah, they will tell you. They'll tell you. They'll be updating you through text, through email, or possibly calling you every now and again, updating you, telling you that look, this is where you want to have it done. But depending on what kind of health problem it is, please do not leave your health problem. Don't leave it at all. Deal with it immediately before it's too late. Please, women, deal with it immediately before it's too late. Pain doesn't appear because it's a holiday. Yeah. Pain itself is one of those things that just comes out of nowhere. Yeah. Pain itself, it comes out of nowhere when you don't even expect it. But when it comes, is depending on the level of the pain. Sometimes, yeah, it will come and then it will go. Once you've used the medication that you have been given, then it will go. But it may come back again, well, much stronger. Then when it comes back again much stronger, it's actually better to go for option 2 and go back to your GP or the hospital and explain to them and tell them the medication they gave you is not strong enough. That you need much stronger medication that will help you with your health problem or the chronic pain, whatever kind of problem it is, while you're awaiting your operation. If Christmas is hard for you, that does not make it. So if Christmas is hard for you, that does not make you ungrateful. Yeah, it's not. It does not make you ungrateful. If you feel that Christmas is hard for you, it does not make you ungrateful at all. It does not. Again, that is another negative word. You should not allow anyone to say that kind of thing to you. That is another negative word. Please do not allow anyone to say that to you. Many women feel guilty for struggling. Many women, they do feel guilty for, struggling, but they shouldn't. It's not their fault. It's just how society is. Depending on the job that they are working, maybe it's because the job that they're working is not really paying them enough, and even if they get paid, they have to pay for a lot of things: the rent, their bills, the light, gas, and everything. Even council tax, they have to also pay. It's not really easy. It's not really easy at all. And I'll just say to women, please be grateful. Always be grateful that you have life. Be grateful you have a job. Never ever feel ungrateful. But also, let me tell you something important. Being tired does not mean that you are weak. Feeling overwhelmed does not mean you are falling. This is actually a motivational word, which I'll actually ask as many women to recite this to yourself. every morning when you wake up, please recite this to yourself, and always tell yourself this all the time, that you are not weak. You're that feeling overwhelmed does not mean that you are falling. No, feeling overwhelmed is just one of those things that happens in life, depending on the situation of life. Women feel overwhelmed due to problems that comes in an unexpected way. Yeah, they feel overwhelmed, and they have the right to feel overwhelmed. Of course, they do. It's not easy, but we have to kind of learn how to overcome those kind of obstacles, and kind of try not to let it weigh us down. But women are allowed to feel, women are allowed to rest, women are allowed to be honest. Yeah, they do. Women have the right to feel what they want to feel. They have the right to rest. They have the right to be honest in anything that they say or do. They do. Now, all I'll just say to as many of you women, please, we should try our best to not allow emotional pressure to get the better of us. We should live our life to the fullest. We should at least try our best to be happy, even if you're not happy due to Christmas, at least for the sake of the children. But also know that it is just one day. That's one thing that we need to know, that it's just one day, and after that, it's over. But I would also say to women that continue doing what you know, continue doing what you know is best, by giving back to the community, by being who you are, continually helping others, and which we know that by helping others, you will actually get a good reward back. And also your continuous sacrifices. And also know in the back of your mind that your sacrifice is acknowledged by your Prime Minister of your country. So anyway, I would just say that I'm going to stop here for now. But I will continue from where I left off. Because right now it's kind of really late. I really hope that this message has really meant something to you, and you have really picked something from this. I know many of you are busy this time around, and many of you are busy and doing your last minute shopping, and you're really very busy right now. Some of you are at work, but I'll just say I will see you all on tomorrow, even though I've kind of seen one or two people that has come on. I will continue this tomorrow. God bless those ones that I did kind of see at the top that came up. But thank you for taking out time to listen, and I'll continue from where I left off tomorrow. And I will say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I will see you all on tomorrow. And do stay tuned for the next part of this topic. And before I go, I would like to say please, please, please don't fail to subscribe, comments, thumb up, do like me, share with your friends and your colleague and as many people as you feel that will benefit from this. Once again, this is your girl Adez. I will see you all on tomorrow. Hopefully I will see all of you or some of you on, and you can just kind of say your type of comments that you need to type. So anyway, good night and see you all, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now.